Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. For today's box opening, we're going to go back and take a look at Phyrexia All Be One in the draft form. We've only done this a few times on the channel, but I figure since today is the official 60th anniversary of Phyrexia All Be One, that's right, this set is now 60 days old. And mind you, we have not seen another set being released. Now, we did see the Step and Complete foil bundles come out during this release, but no other set until March of the Machine comes out in, I think, about 2 weeks. So why not go back, take a look at a draft booster box, see if there's some value that we can find in here. Let's just get going. So let's just crack these open. We're going to go kind of quickly, but we'll still do the full MTG box analysis at the end. So stay tuned for that. All right, so this one kicks off with a Rebel token. Then we're going to see the only land in the series that's currently valued over $1, at least the only basic land. And behind that, we've got a Tablet of Completion. And then we're going to see a Nimraiser Paladin, followed by a Nahiri Sacrifice, a Resistance Reunited, and then we're going to see the Hunter Maze, Prologue to Phyrexia, Shield Rid's Headcleaver, Mirrodin Bardiche. Now, currently, there are no commons in the set valued over $1. So we're not going to really focus too much on the commons today, and we're just going to kind of go through the first couple of cards of each pack, and then we'll cover the rest during the MTG box analysis. So we've got ourselves here the Rebel token, followed by the Forest, and our rare is going to be a Nissa Ascended Animus coming in. Very cool to see this. The card does hold some value. All right, then we get a Serum Core Chimera, followed by an Infectious Bite, a Thrumming Bird. So I'm going to thumb through them just so that you all can see them, but I won't go through and read them all. Save my voice a little bit. After all, there are 540 cards here, and to read them all aloud would take well over a half an hour. All right, so we got Koth, Fire of Resistance, with a Panorama Island. And our rare is going to be the Mycosynth Gardens. So this is going to be a great hit for us. Fantastic. And then we see the Magmatic Sprinter, Churning Reservoir, followed by Expand the Sphere. All right, moving on. Next pack. All right, this one's got a Phyrexian Might, followed by a Mountain with a foil Phyrexian Atlas. And we are going to see a Jor-Kadeen First Gold Warden coming in as our rare, with an Unctus Retrofitter, a Porcelain Zealot, and an Unnatural Restoration. All right, next pack up, we got ourselves a non-token token, followed by Panorama Mountain, and our rare is going to be a Blackcleave Cliffs, is valued just over $2. Then we get the Scrap Gorger, followed by the Duelist, the Furnished Punisher. So the one uncommon that we're looking for that's currently valued over $1 is going to be the Tyvar Stand. It's currently valued at $1.59. Everything else is going to be rare or mythic that we're looking for. So we got ourselves a Poison Counter with another Island. And our rare is going to be a Conduit of Worlds. It's going to be valued just over $2. Then we got an Ichor Plate Golem, a Canker Bloom, followed by a Cacophony Scamp. All right, this one starts off with another Rebel token. And then we've got ourselves, in my opinion, the best looking land in the set, the Panorama Plains, followed by a foil rare Dragon Wing Glider. And we're going to see the Zenith Chronicler as our main set rare, with a Noxious Assault, a Necrosquito, a Ravenous Necrocian, curious to know if people like the faster approach or not. Let me know. I don't think we'll do it always, but occasionally, especially in a draft box that's been out for 2 months, maybe. So we get a Phyrexian Horror, followed by the Plains. And our rare is going to be an Archfiend of the Dross, followed by the Atmosphere Surgeon, the Voidwing Hybrid, Against All Odds. So if you're not familiar with the set, I've definitely done at least 10 box openings of this, but the big cards to be looking for, we're going to be looking for Elish Norn, we're going to be looking for Mondrak, we're going to be looking for Atraxa, Those are really the big ones, unless you get one of the lucky ones of one of the concept Praetors, in which case you'd be looking for Vorinclex, Sheoldred, or Obraska, or Jin-Gitaxias. So in this one, we are going to start out with an island, and then we're going to see ourselves a foil mountain in the back there. Just knocked over my comments. All right. And then we're going to see Jor Kadeen, first Gold Warden, coming in the showcase treatment with an Oxada Finisher, Tamiyo's Immobilizer, with a Vat Emergence. All right, this one kicks off with a Phyrexian Golem, followed by the Swamp. And our rare is going to be a Venser Corpse Puppet with an Ossification, Silevac Battle Chair, and then we're going to see ourselves a Thrumming Bird. All right, 2 packs to go in the first stack, and then we'll move on to the remaining 24 packs. So we got ourselves a Rebel here, followed by a Forest, and our rare is going to be Nahiri the Unforgiving. Very cool to see a Planeswalker coming in. Then we got a Serum Core Chimera, an Ambulatory Edifice, and a Reject Imperfection. All right, final pack here. Still no big hitters. The Mycosynth Gardens might be our best hit yet at just over $5. So we got ourselves a Poison Counter with another Swamp. Then we're going to see another foil, Hexgold Halberd, with White Sun's Twilight coming in, value just over $2. Then a Tamiyo's Logbook, a Viral Spawning, an Apostle of Invasion. And we'll move on into stack number 2. All right, so this one kicks off with a non-token token, followed by a Swamp. And our rare is going to be a Bloated Contaminator, another card valued just over $2, with a Skull Dweller, followed by Distorted Curiosity, Awaken the Sleeper. Really curious to see if a draft booster box with just rares and mythics can actually produce enough value to pay for itself, effectively making all the commons and uncommons free. So we'll be looking at that as we go through the MTG box analysis. So we got another Plains here, followed by a foil Mesmerizing Dose. And our rare is going to be Vraska's Betrayer Sting. This is going to be a decent hit at value just around $8.50. So we'll put that up in the big hit pile. Then we get an Exuberant Fuseling, followed by a Venomous Brutalizer, Sheoldred's Edict. All right, this one starts off with a Phyrexian Might, followed by a Phyrexian Forest. And our rare is going to be the Filigree Silex, coming in with a Cinder/Ravager, Transplant Theorist, and a Canker Bloom in Showcase. All right, this pack kicks off with a Phyrexian Beast. Then we're going to see ourselves a Forest, followed by Malakator Purity Overseer in multicolor from the main set. Then we get a Swooping Lookout with an Incubation Sack. Then we're going to see Against All Odds. So if you're enjoying the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. I try to read every single comment and even respond to, I'd say, at least 90% of them, if not more, just to thank you for your support. So we got ourselves an island here with a Dark Slick Shores coming in from the main set, valued just over $2. Then we're going to see a Drowning Ichor, Necrogen Rot Priest, the Resistance Reunited. All right, and this one kicks off with a Rebel token, followed by a Mountain. And our rare is going to be Kenneth Crucible Goliath coming in. Unfortunately, not a high value rare, with an Evangelist, a Scheming Aspirant, and a Feed the Infection. So we're about halfway through the box. No cards valued over $10 yet, despite there being the potential, and I say potential, because some of the big hitters are going to be in the concept Praetor space, Phyrexian space, or Borderless, which are definitely possible in a draft booster box, but of course the quantity is going to be significantly lower. But we haven't seen any of the big hitters yet. So we've got the Hallowed Sentinel, followed by a Mountain. And then we're going to see the Eternal Wanderer coming in as a foil rare. Nice to see that. And then right behind that, we're going to see Blade of Shared Souls. with an Annex Sentry. And there's Tyvar Stan, the one uncommon in the set, currently valued over $1. So we'll just put that to the side. Then we got a Cacophony Scamp. All right, this one starts off with a Poison Counter, followed by my favorite planes. And then we're going to see an Ovika Enigma Goliath coming in as our rare, with a Ribskiff, a Jawbone Duelist, and a Porcelain Zealot. All right, next up, we got ourselves a Rebel with a Mountain, and we're going to see the Dragonwing Glider in non-foil with the Tainted Observer, Atmosphere Surgeon, and a Minor Misstep. All right, next up, we've got another Rebel here, followed by an Island. And then we're going to see a foil Noxious Assault, followed by a Koth Fire of Resistance coming in, I believe in borderless treatment here. Very cool to see that. Followed by a Gleeful Devotion, Urabrask's Anointer, Prosthetic Injector. For sure there was one hiding behind there, but turned out there wasn't. All right, this one starts off with a Samurai token. Then we're going to see ourselves a Plains and a Copperline Gorge coming in from the main set, valued just over $1. Then we get a Charforger, Evolving Adaptive with a Nahiri Sacrifice. I think I've opened up too many set booster packs, and these, of course, have just a few extra cards in them. All right, we've got ourselves a Phyrexian Beast, followed by an Island, and we're going to see a foil Incisor Glider, followed by another showcase card here, the Capricious Hellraiser. So we pulled this one in our Step and Complete, Oil Slick Raised Foils. So now we're seeing it in regular form here. Then we got a Bladehold War Whip, followed by a Serum Snare, a Mirror Convert. All right, so that takes us to the end of stack number 2. So we've gone through 24 packs. We've got 12 remaining. So let's really hope that somebody out there, please cross your fingers that we find something more than a $9 card here. So we've got ourselves a Drone token, followed by a Swamp. And then we're going to see a Soulless Jailer coming in as our rare, with a Vat of Rebirth, Armored Scrap Gorger, Necrogen Communion. I mean, draft boxes aren't the most expensive, but A, I still want to see, good value for my money. And then B, isn't it just fun to see a really good card? All right, we got ourselves a Cat, followed by a Forest, and then we're going to see the Encroaching Mycosynth coming in as our rare, with the Rebel Salvo, Hex Gold Hoverwings, Hex Gold Halberd. So if you've made it this far into the video, I assume you're a fan, and you're aware of what MTG Box Analysis, what it's all about at the end of the videos. So you may not be aware, but my 1-year anniversary is coming up on April 24th, and I'm putting together a clip show of comments and the best 100 or so cards that we've opened over the year. So keep an eye on the channel for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm in the middle of editing it right now, but it's a little mesmerizing to just watch all the fast forwarding of opening of packs and seeing just hit after hit. So that is coming soon. So we got ourselves a Forest here with a Slaughter Slinger in foil, and then we're going to see an Evolved Spinal Derm coming in as our rare, with a Slaughter Singer, the Flesh Cutter, the Necrotian. Yeah, so just a ton of fun going through the over 400 boxes and 100 and so packs that I've opened, or excuse me, 100 boxes and hundreds of packs that I've opened on the channel to find all the big hits for that clip show. All right, so we got a Forest, followed by a Scrubbles Hive coming in. This is going to hold some value at just around $3. Then we get the Onslaught, the Necrosquito, the Paladin of Predation. So hopefully we get one card in here that I can add to that little clip show. All right, so we got ourselves a Poison Counter, followed by another Plains, and we are going to see a Kato Dancing Shadow foil showcase coming in. Very cool to see that. And right behind that, we're going to see a Black Cleave Cliffs coming in from the land cycle in Borderless, by the way. And then we're going to see Watchful Blister Zoa, the Punisher, Font of Progress. But to see that inside of a draft pack is really good. Now, neither one of those cards are super high value, but just the framing and the fact that one was foil and one was not was still pretty cool. Then we get ourselves the Hallowed Sentinel, followed by a Mountain, and then we're going to see Rhea Ivor, Bane of Bladehold coming in as our rare, with the Tamiyo's Logbook, an Infectious Bite, a Chitterling Skitterling, Glistening Seer, the Pits, followed by the Ending, the Shepherd, the Furnace, the Dross, the Aspirant, the Quicksilver Fisher, the Carnivorous Canopy, and the Hazardous Blast in the back. I think we're down to about 5 or 6 packs here. If you won't give us a Mother of Machines, maybe we can get ourselves a Mondrak. I'll take that. Got ourselves a Swamp here with an Argentum Masticore in, I thought that was foiled, to be honest with you. Then we got an Ichor Plate Golem, an Unctus Retrofitter, an Unnatural Restoration. Okay, that pull tab was malfunctioning. All right, we got ourselves another Phyrexian Might here with the Phyrexian Mountain. And behind that, we're going to see Black Sun's Twilight coming in as our rare with Churning Reservoir, Bladed Ambassador, Expand the Sphere. All right, so we're down to 4 packs. So we have 4 more chances to see one of the big hits. All right, so we got another cat here with another island. Then we're going to see a Gulping Scrap Trap in foil, followed by the Eternal Wanderer, this time in non-foil. Then we got an Atraxa Skitterfang, Nimrazor Paladin, the Sky Warden. All right, 3 more chances. So we're definitely running out of runway here to see a big hit. So we got the Hallowed Sentinel, followed by another Swamp. There we go. Fantastic. We got Elesh Norn. All right, $30 hit for us. Amazing, especially out of a draft box. So thank you so much to the gods for blessing me with that. So we'll put Elesh Norn right down there with Tyvar. Hooray. We got ourselves a Noxious Assault, a Cephalopod Sentry, Veil of Assimilation. Amazing to see Elesh Norn coming in. All right. All right, my faith in draft boxes has been restored. 2 more packs to go. You never know. Got a Phyrexian Might with the Plains, followed by the Autonomous Furnace in foil. Oh my God, no way. Back to back? This is the Phyrexian version. This is amazing. So the Phyrexian version is valued at $44. Can you believe that? Back-to-back packs in a draft box. Okay. Wow. All right. Incubation Sac, Trawler Drake, Against All Odds. Okay, so what's going to be in this pack? This is the last pack. All right. Let's see. Let's find out together. Although right there, those 2 cards, right there, almost pay for the entire box. All right, Phyrexian Might, followed by a Swamp. It's a Mythic. It's a Atraxa. Oh my, wow, this is just insane. So we just picked up what I would consider to be probably one of the top 3 cards that you could get in 3 packs back to back to back. Wow. And then we got a Ravager, Battle Chair, Feed the Infection. And wow, look at that. That is just phenomenal. All right, so I'll get everything sorted, organized, run all of the analysis, and be right back. In today's MTG Box Analysis, we'll begin by comparing the cards that we saw in today's box to the cards that we were eligible to obtain in a draft booster pack. Then we'll examine the set coverage, coverage by rarity, and duplication. To establish a baseline for value, we'll first analyze the value of the set and then break down the actual observed value of today's box. Then we'll conclude with a summary. If you want to go deeper into the analysis and see all of the metrics for this box and 100 others, simply join the channel at the Give Me the Data level. Let's start things off with a comparison of the cards we were eligible to see versus the actual cards we saw in today's box. Using this chart, we can see the foils we observed in orange, the non-foils in green, and the set in gray as the baseline. In the non-foil space, we saw a very consistent distribution among the primary colors of Magic, with a variance of only 9 cards between red 73 and greens 82. We also saw 11 showcase, 3 borderless, and 1 Phyrexia text card in non-foil. In the foil space, we saw at least 1 foil in all of the major categories of the set. Moving into coverage, in the non-foil space, we saw 235 unique cards out of a possible 343 that we were eligible to see. This gave us 69% coverage of the set. Our highest coverage among the primary colors of Magic was a tie between white and green, with each having 87%. In the foil space, we saw 12 unique cards, which gave us 3% coverage of the 343 cards we were eligible to see. Our highest coverage among the primary colors of Magic was still a two-way tie, but this time it was between white and red, with each having 5% coverage. Pivoting to coverage by rarity, in the non-foil space, we saw every single common we were eligible to see, along with 94% of the uncommons. We also saw 29 rares for 32% coverage and 7 mythics for 15% coverage. In the foil space, we saw 5% of the commons, 3% of the uncommons, plus 3 foil rares for 3% coverage. This means that in total, we saw 32 rares and 7 mythics in these 36 packs. From a duplication standpoint, we saw 137 non-foil cards repeated 293 times for a box duplication rate of 54%. We saw 45 playsets of common cards, and we saw 5 copies of the 9-cent Planner Disruption. Before we take a look at the value that we saw in today's draft booster box, let's take a look at the cards we were eligible to see from the set using this chart, which shows non-foil market prices as of April 9th, 2023. Currently, there are 14 non-foils eligible to be pulled out of a draft booster box valued over $10. There's 2 Mondrak Glory Dominuses valued between $22 and $24, 2 Atraxa Grand Unifiers valued between $21 and $24. There's also a few big hitters in the Concept Praetor space, with the Vorinclex Monstrous Raider being valued at $64 and Shieldred the Apocalypse valued at $77. There's also 5 different versions of Elish Norn valued between $30 and $75. In draft boxes, you can also find 16 other cards valued between $5 and $10, and 44 cards valued between $1 and $5. The remaining 269 cards are currently valued less than $1. If you were to add up the market value of all 343 cards that you can pull from a draft booster pack, you'd be looking at a grand total market value of $788.52. Now let's take a look at the actual observed value in this box, starting off in the non-foil space. Based on our previous analysis, there were 14 cards in the set valued over $10, and we managed to find 3 of them. We saw the Atraxa Grand Unifier valued at $21.63, the Elish Norn from the main set valued at $30.33, and the Phyrexian version of Elish Norn valued at $44.18. We also saw 2 non-foils in the $5 to $10 range and 14 non-foils priced between $1 and $5. The remaining 509 non-foils in the box were all valued less than $1. Unfortunately, none of the foils in this box were valued over $3. The best card that we saw was the foil Eternal Wanderer valued at $2.29. The other 11 foils in the box were all valued less than $1. So how did this box perform? Well, I purchased this box through a Patreon agreement for $89 even. The current market price for these boxes as of April 9th, 2023 is $117.60. Today's draft booster box contained 36 packs with 15 cards each, allowing us to see a total of 540 cards. The 34 tokens that we saw have a market value of $10.31. The 36 non-foil and 1 foil full art basic lands have a market value of $13.38 combined. The 353 commons are currently valued at $13.50, and the 111 uncommons are valued at $10.17. The 32 rares that we saw have a value of $34.97, and finally, those 7 mythics are valued at an amazing $111.44. Add it all up, and the grand total for this box comes up to be $193.77 in market value, which is a gain of $104.77 over the price I paid. This means that this box returned 218% of my purchase price in card value. Now, for those of you interested in cards valued just over $2, the numbers look like this. In total, we saw 15 cards valued over $2 in this box, and they have a current combined value of $137.62, which means that those 15 cards represent 71% of the total box value and more than paid for the box. Thank you so much for watching. I want to take a moment to give a special shout out to all of the channel members. Your support helps fund this operation and allows me to create the content that you all enjoy. If you're not yet a channel member, I invite you to consider becoming one. By joining, you'll gain early access to videos and many other perks. If you're interested in supporting the channel but don't want to become a member, there are several other ways that you can show your support. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue with the channel. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, do something amazing.